All right. So, Spoobysnax here. We're starting out our new podcast. I'm joined by Rich today. So, Rich, why don't you give us a little introduction of yourself?
My name's Rich, obviously. I'm not rich, though, unfortunately. So, I'm the one who put together Trade Hub just out of a passion for trading and a passion for the development side of it with flows and algos and the cool stuff that's not offered like on a mass scale. So, the bot that we're working on is just something that no one was tapping into that. So, I wanted to create something and offer it to the community and see what the reaction of that would be. And so far, it's turning out good.
Yeah, no, I'm real excited with what you're doing around here, and I'm also really excited to be on the team. You were sending me some pictures earlier about your new alert system and stuff like that we got to look forward to coming down the road, and I got to tell you, man, it looked really good. So I'm really excited for that. We'll also be bringing in the copy trading and things of that nature. If you kind of want to give us a rundown on that as well.
Yeah, we're working on some neat stuff right now. The next update we're rolling out, we're hoping to release version one. So right now, our main developer is rewriting the website. So we're putting that in a different language. Can't really answer any questions on the development end of it of why it's being done. I know it'll make things more organized, faster to work with in the future. So that's something Meow would have to talk about if he ever came on.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a big deal because, like, for us analysts, it's whenever we're doing our alerts and stuff like that, like, we get in the trade and then we got to come in and type everything in. And sometimes getting the dates and the prices, calls, the puts, and then pinging everybody, it's a lot to remember sometimes, especially you get like a level of anxiety whenever you're trying to get it all in there and trying to get it out to people as fast as possible. And it sometimes that causes mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I'm glad you brought that up. Once we get this version one rolled out, the next thing that we're working on is automating all of that for you guys. So, what you would be able to do, regardless what brokerage you use, you would log into our app, connect your brokerage, and you can select whatever account you want to use. It doesn't have to be your personal account, it just could be a different account that you want to do alerts with. And as soon as you execute a trade or put in a limit order or whatever it might be, however you have the app set up, it can send that to Discord. It can send it to Twitter. It can send it to StockTwits. It's pretty neat stuff. So it eliminates the time it takes for the analyst to make the trade and then to put that out in Discord and get the pings right and not mess anything up doing that. So, and the good thing with this brokerage connection is the goal after that is copy trading. So once we're connecting to brokerages, we can offer the same thing to the users and they can follow any analyst they want and be able to basically hands-free copy trade them instantaneously. And it just removes that time that it takes for signals to be alerted and signals to be read and executed in a brokerage. It's like that could take anywhere from 15 to 60 seconds, and we all know what the volatility can do to a price. So
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, especially if you're trading something like SPY or for the futures trader, I mean, if I'm in there trading futures or Forex, I'm usually in and out of a trade in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. So it's super fast trading whenever it comes to futures and Forex and SPY. So that will be a big deal if that can just go out instantaneously. And I think it'll really benefit our analysts and also benefit everybody else, especially if they're going to be doing the copy trading.
yeah, that's a big gap that we're looking to like bridge for everyone, and it removes a lot of people chasing trades, getting in bad positions. I mean, sometimes the signals work out in your favor where you get in a better position than the analyst, but that's not always the case. So I'm excited for this. This year's going to be great, and I just can't wait till we get it done and get it out there and offer it to the community.
Well, yeah, I'm real excited about that. So with that system, will the Pro Plus members, Pro members, will they be able to also track their own stuff whenever they're using that system as well?
Yeah, so all the trade tracking, all that is free and that's always going to remain free. Right now it only works through the Discord bot. So anyone can add that bot to their server. Any user can sign up for free and start using that bot to track their trades. And then when we get the trade sharing out there that would automatically send your trades to Discord or Twitter or StockTwits, that would be under the pro membership. So you'd have to be a pro member for that. And then the copy trading, we don't know how we're going to monetize that yet, but I'd imagine it would fall under the Pro Plus plan. But I mean, our membership prices, like when I was creating these membership prices, I wasn't looking like, okay, what are our analysts going to be satisfied with? I wanted to see what our competitors were doing and cut them by at least 50% and offer the same quality of service and quantities. So
Yeah, that was a big deal for me, like seeing the prices that Trade Hub offers. Because I mean, I have other services that I subscribe to for, I think one of them was, and I bought a lifetime membership with them like years ago. So I don't really follow them too much anymore, but every once in a while I hop over there. But I mean, their lifetime membership, I ended up getting it 75% off, I think, a few years ago, and it was like a couple $1,000s for that. I mean, that's a big thing for somebody to come out of pocket for, you know what I So whenever these prices come out, the average everyday people see that it's kind of something that we're not trying to take the money out of your pocket. We want you to have a nice little price range where, it's kind of the same thing as like a Netflix membership.
yeah, it basically is. It's really not that much. Like the prices that we see other servers or services offering something similar, it's just the crazy prices, like upwards to like over $100 a month. That just fathoms me. Like at that point, it's just like, okay, why don't I just give you my money and you trade for me?
Yeah, and then for us to have the same kind of thing going, but have copy trading rather than them sending out alerts. And I mean, for me, I live overseas and the market's open whenever I'm sleeping, so I can't follow all of their alerts. I would have days whenever I would wake up in the morning and I would have missed huge trades just because I didn't stay awake and watch for whenever they were sending out their alerts. And it's not a very economical way of handling that kind of stuff. And I think I'm really excited for what we're doing here. I really am.
Yeah, the new stuff that we're working on is going to be great because it's not like if you're a stay-at-home trader, you can sit on Discord and follow the signals. But most of us work. Like we got to go to work every day, so we're always away from our brokerage during market hours. So with the new app, you'll be able to just it's like a plug and play, man. It just does it all for you, and then the customization of it, you can optimize it however you want. So if an analyst is making a trade at 10% of his portfolio, it makes the same trade for you at 10% of your portfolio, but you can toggle that higher or lower. So you can make it go 20% of your portfolio or only half of that to limit the risk. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I can't go too much into detail, but when we get closer to it, I'll start releasing teasers and whatnot.
And that's going to be great. So, yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the big news of the week. So, we got Elon Musk buying Tesla. I mean, who actually expected this deal to go through with the way Twitter was talking about it beforehand and the poison pill, all that kind of stuff? It was, and then all of a sudden they're accepting his offer like it was nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Elon, if he could do it, he would want to do it, but I didn't think that Twitter was going to accept that offer. I didn't think they were going to do it, but I guess that's just the dollar amount that you can't turn down. Like that was a massive amount.
Yeah, it was huge. And I'm a big follower of Elon Musk. I'm going to college for aerospace engineering. And I wouldn't say I'm a follower, like a fanboy or anything, but the things he's doing are huge. And to see him go into another venture, it's just like,
Right. Like imagine back in the day with like Edison or like just the dudes of that time that were inventing crazy stuff and people were living in that day watching it progress, right? Like that's what Elon is to us right now. So like we're seeing this in our own lifetime, which is pretty cool, bro. So we might see people actually build this rocket ship and go to Mars at some point in our lifetime, which is history in the making.
Jesus, man. Yeah, I think it's gonna be sooner than just our lifetime. I think it'll be a lot sooner than that actually. Because I mean, it's what Elon's done with SpaceX is a huge deal. As I was looking this up the other day, because I got into a little argument on the social media over it because I see stuff that people post and it's just like you guys are not paying attention to what's going on. Do you know? So the Apollo mission, if you account for inflation, I think it costs taxpayer dollars, something like $250 billion if you account for inflation. So in today's money, like 250 billion, that's like his entire net worth. And he's putting rockets into space and going to the International Space Station and stuff like that. So, and he's doing it for a huge fraction of the price.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun to watch. It's cool to see what's going on with that.
Yeah. But
But so okay, so this Twitter deal, right? So let's kind of break it down for someone that might not understand it. So he offered, what was it, 54.20?
yeah.
So, like, a lot of the questions I've been seeing in Discord are traders asking, like, okay, the stock is below 54.20 right now. If I buy it right now, isn't that just free money when the deal goes through and he buys it back? So, can you maybe touch on that and explain it for these new guys how that might work?
So what he's actually doing is he's taking the company private. So whenever you buy, he's going to basically buy all the shares that are out there, take the company private. So when now I don't know the date of whenever that's supposed to happen, and I'm not that savvy on all the intricacies of the market whenever it comes to that aspect of things. I mean, it's not every day you see a big company get completely bought out and taken private. So
Yeah.
I don't know what date that is exactly going to happen or what it's going to look like for people that are still trading Twitter. Because I mean, I'm looking at their chart right now and it's obviously still trading. It's going up and down every day, just like anything else does.
Right. So 54.20. I mean, there's some humor in that too, right? He did that on purpose, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you're a massive shareholder, you don't have like, you don't have to sell, right? You can still hold on to that if it goes private. Or I'm just curious on how that works.
Yeah. So what I think happens with that is whenever it does go private, he will buy all the shares at 54.20. So I'm pretty sure that means that you will be getting 54.20 for however many shares that you have. So each share will be valued at $54.20.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I know smaller penny stocks and stuff like that. This happens to a lot. They get bought up by SPACs or other private companies, or just go out of business completely. And I've never paid attention to that before, and it's just a lot to go through right now, and I'm still trying to catch up on all of it.
Yeah, there's nothing that's been this intriguing that wants to grab your attention that makes you follow up on it and you keep up to date with it. Um, so
Right, right.
yeah,
So yeah, last night or today for you guys in the States, today was rough for the market as a whole. I think I was hearing the Dow looking like it was going to close out the month as the worst month since like 2008 or something like that.
yeah, it's been the last 5 weeks or something like that. It's just been crazy. It's been insane. So it hasn't been this bad for a while. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what did we have yesterday? We had Amazon posting a loss. Like I didn't see that coming at all. I don't think anybody really saw that coming.
was that on their earnings?
Yeah. Yeah, they posted a loss on their earnings. Let me see if I can get something pulled up on it really quick. I know that was one of the top stories that went around all day. Let's see. Yeah. So Amazon sank as much as 12.7% today in extended trading or on Thursday after reporting a mixed Q1, widely missing on the bottom. Oh, okay. So they had an earnings per share of 7.56 and the top end at 116.4 billion. So this marks Amazon's slowest growth since 2001, and it's the second straight quarter of single digit growth. All right, that's the big deal. They didn't post a loss, but and then the outlook was just atrocious
Oh, okay.
as well. Yeah. Yeah, and then Netflix. Netflix was a big dragger on everything this week. So
Yeah, Netflix wasn't looking too hot at all.
no, they had the outlook of, let's see, they were expecting to gain several million subscribers and then ended up losing subscribers. instead of like negative 100,000 subscribers or something of that nature.
Jeez. So this podcast, there's no set topic we got to stay attached to. So I want to bring something up. Is these streaming platforms, bro? The annoyingness of these streaming platforms. Like when I'm watching TV, I'll see a badass show preview, and then it's some lame streaming platform that I don't have a subscription to.
Like Peacock. Like who heard of this Peacock before?
Yeah, exactly. It's like who subscribed to Peacock? Like, are you really? So
I've never even heard of it until like one or two shows came out on it, and I was like, "What is Peacock? What is this?"
yeah, that's funny you say that because that was the exact one. But there's so many streaming platforms, bro. It's just like if you pick one, you only get like those top few TV shows that they have. So I would like to see something where they work out some type of deal so you can like stream all the top shit from across all those platforms, bro. So you don't have to subscribe to every streaming service or share your login details with someone that else might have it. So I don't know, dude. It has been annoying.
I mean, going back to Amazon, I have Amazon Prime, I have Netflix, I have Disney Plus. So Disney Plus, what they offer is like ESPN Plus and some portion of Hulu as well, I believe. Like they have several things built into one with it, and it works a lot better that way. As far as Netflix, you don't get anything with Netflix, and you pay more.
Right.
So, and then for Amazon as well, it's like I have Amazon Prime, as does most people, I think. Most people that I know have Amazon Prime, and they got some good shows on there, but it doesn't link up with anything else. And I mean, Amazon Prime is expensive too. So,
Yeah. Yeah, see, I have DirecTV, right? So with DirecTV, you can stream all these different TV channels like Showtime, HBO, all that shit. And then I have Netflix as well. And then unfortunately, like one of my ex-girlfriends left her like she logged in on my Roku, and so I got Hulu on there too. But there's all these other badass TV shows coming out on streaming platforms that I don't have access to. So
yeah,
it's just yeah, it's annoying.
I like to watch different kinds of stuff, and whenever it's not on any of those, and then I gotta buy it, it's just like, Jesus, I'm paying for all these subscriptions, and I can't even watch this one show. I have to buy it. Like, come on.
Yeah, it reminds me of the days of going back to like using torrents and downloading torrents like to get all my media, right? Like music or movie.
Don't do that.
And that and that just seems so old and outdated to be doing. So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, we might see a renaissance on torrents.
Yeah, who knows? Like this, I feel like something is in the making, and like something big's gonna happen with streaming. That like I don't know. There's got to be something better than what's going on right now. I mean, there's a lot of top names out there, and they're just all competing with each other. How long can that last for, though?
Right. I mean, you also got to factor in like the YouTube Plus as well, or YouTube TV.
I feel like maybe there might be some like big acquisition or something. Like maybe that's a possibility. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I just think it's just too much. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, hopefully we can, hopefully they can figure something out. That's a little beyond me for figuring out streaming stuff and stuff like that. So I'm gonna leave that up to those guys to figure out because I wouldn't have any clue of what to do in those situations.
Yeah. Anyways, what else has been on the headlines lately?
We had that, and then Fed tightening plans today. Is I haven't had too much of an opportunity to go through and read everything that they said. All I really know as of right now is that they're gonna be planning these rate hikes, and then we also had some not so good economic data come out as well. So hopefully it doesn't bleed into the future, but you know what they say, the market usually, whenever news like this comes out, the market already has it priced in. But as you can see today, with the Fed can make anything change in any direction at any point in time in the day.
Yeah. So Nasdaq, I guess this is the worst month in nearly 14 years. That's one of the headlines I'm seeing. So that's to put some perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean, the financial sector for this week is down almost 5%. Consumer staples such as Facebook and Comcast, GE, they're all down a huge chunk. I mean, GE itself dropped 15% and Comcast 12, Facebook 4.1. It was just a bloodbath this week.
Yeah. If you look at the heat map of the S&P 500 right now, it's just blood red, bro.
Mhm. Ah. Oh man. I mean, that's good for the Bears, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
the only problem with that is whenever you're going in and you're trading and stuff like that. I mean, you gotta understand how huge part emotions play into everything. Whenever you're trading these things, like you could sit here and read these articles all day long and then go in there to trade it, and you just happen to buy at a bottom, and it just destroys your confidence. And it's
yeah, that'll eat you up for sure.
Yeah. So if you guys, whenever you guys are trading your stocks, it's hard to get to a point where you finally get to where you have no emotion attached to your investments anymore. Because once you get emotionally attached to everything, you start making bad decisions and selling. So say you're buying puts, you'll buy at a bottom and then it'll go up a little bit and then you're like, "Oh man, I bought at the bottom. I'm an idiot." And then as soon as you sell it, it just tanks and you just missed out on all your profits.
Yeah, that's just that's sometimes how the cookie crumbles. What I like to do, when new traders come in, I like to strongly suggest to them to paper trade, and this falls in with like removing emotion from trading too. But they just come in and just blindly they'll invest like a big chunk of whatever they've been making the past few months, like 5 or 10 grand, and just start trading it.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like some of them, maybe at first, like they'll get some bangers, they'll follow some good alerts, and then they go off on themselves, and they get, I don't know what it is, they just get greedy. But that's an expensive lesson.
Oh yeah, and I learned it a few times whenever I started out trading to it, and I mean I feel like it happens to everybody, and I just want to be here to help people not do that because I remember how hard it was for me.
Right.
I forget what book I was reading, but I was reading a book and something that the guy wrote in the book just stands out to me still to this day is whenever you're trading live money, and this goes back to you talking about paper trading, whenever you're trading live money, you should have the exact same emotions trading real money as you do paper trading. Because if you're getting too much anxiety or anything like that, that means your positions are too large. So whenever your emotions really start getting you is whenever you're putting too much money at risk for your own personal risk tolerance. So if you're not feeling the same way about that real money trade as you do about the paper trade, then your portion sizes are too large.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, those emotions, that can really mess up your judgment and make start making bad decisions on that. Getting out too early or staying in too long or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, I've had a few of those where you stay in too long. You're just like you're up on cloud nine and it's just going the way you want it to go, and then all of a sudden it makes a reversal signal and you're like, nah, that's not real. Because I mean, I've studied charts for I can't even tell you how long I've been staring at charts and studying what the certain reversal patterns and stuff like that looks like, and I was still in situations where I was watching it go the direction I wanted to, and it made a clear signal of, hey, this is a reversal signal textbook. I have it pulled up on my other screen and I'm watching the chart on this screen and I see that reversal pattern and I'm looking at it and then it's like, nah, I don't think that's going to play out. And then it just destroys me.
Oh man.
So it's stuff like that you got to be careful of. See, whenever you go into trading, you got to go in, you got to have a plan, and then follow your plan. As soon as you deviate from your plan, is whenever you're gonna screw yourself, and that's whenever you lose your money.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just set some ground rules from yourself and you stick to those rules, regardless of circumstances, I think just following your own set of rules and sticking to them should really help you out in the end. If you can stick to them, but that's the issue is people they just they don't take profits when they can. They're not setting those stop losses, so by the time they can get out of a position, like it's already blown past whatever they had their stop loss, what they would have set it at. So
Exactly.
but just like one of the newcomers that came in, this guy was putting in so much time and so much effort, asking the right questions and just putting in all the work to learning. And I don't know why he did this, but he put 100% of his portfolio in one trade on a SPY trade, and I think he was up like 35 or 40% or something like that. And I don't know what he was thinking. He just said that he wanted more out of it. And he thought it was going to go up more. It's like, first of all, you should start trimming out at 15, 20% already. Like, fill out your position. But I just it fathoms me like the decisions people
Yeah, absolutely.
make sometimes when it comes to their hard earned money like that. But I don't. It's just that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, it's just being young and
It's hard to watch.
yeah, what it is being young in the trading and not really understanding that, don't risk all your portfolio. I know sometimes whenever you go into a trade, whenever you're first starting out, you might not have a lot. And just to get into that one trade, it's going to take up most of your portfolio.
Yeah, just putting anything more than 20% of your portfolio, like that's just a huge risk. If you're trying to make fast profits like that, just and with that much risk, just go to the casino and put all your money on black or red. It might hit. You got a better chance at that. It's 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding, especially if you're up 30%. I mean, you got to get out at that point, especially if you're on these high risk trades.
Yeah, it's just hard to watch sometimes. So that's why when I put this community together, I wanted an exclusive team of analysts that were always going to be here to answer questions because I feel newcomers come in for the alerts, but they stay to trade, right? So other communities they have these bots and you'll see the same bot in dozens of servers. And then you start seeing that all these servers are just kind of the same thing. They have all the same channels, all the same analyst bots. And if you try to ask a question there and get some help, you might not get it. The majority of the time you're not going to get it. And that's the cool thing about our team. Our team is exclusive to just this user base. So if someone shoots out a question, it's going to get answered by one of our guys, or if someone just pings any one of our guys, like 100% of the time, it's going to get answered.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm really excited for what we're doing here, and I can't wait to see what comes in the future, man. So it's been great having you on. Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for having me. I look forward to doing this with you again in the future. We'll see who does this next week, but I don't mind doing it again. So
Yeah, absolutely. I had a blast today.
yeah, this was fun.